Hello everyone, La13 Scale here, also known as Scale, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. So, we talked with him about everything that we could, but I guess now we're on our way to good old Blue Corp. Oh, there's that painting that Mr. Grossberg had in his office. September 7th, Blue Corp Inc. CEO's office. What's with the surreal decor? Welcome. Please, furnish me with the title of your personage. Hold on. Nope, we're 1 minute in. Who the heck talks like that? What? Why do you look like a JoJo villain? What's your name? Your name! What's your name? God, I already hate him. All right. Oh my God, he has a ring on every finger. And from the color, it's fake gold, but whatever. Just me being petty over here. I still didn't even bother to look what carat gold this was between recordings. Anyway, I was just inquirably asking about the title that you go by, boy. Look, all right. There's pretentious, and then there's this kind of pretentious. And I can tell that you're just choosing these words to be extra pretentious. All right. Right. Phoenix Wright. Inquirably? Mr. Wright, is it? Right, I see. Splendiferous. Perhaps I have... What the fuck was that noise? Is that a person? I mean, there's a child out there, but that might be it. Perhaps I have intimidated you with my giant-esque vocabulary. All right, look, man, your eclectic babble of being a child, bouncing radically back and forth between what you assume to be incredibly large words by creating your own entire rhetoric around this, does not make you impressive. It just makes you extra pretentious. Do you see the difference between having an enlarged vocabulary and using it properly to equate power play against your opponent versus whatever the hell that was? Whatever. What is this guy's problem? Everything. Genuinely everything. He's a CEO of a company, honey. What did you expect? I'm Mr. Red White, CEO of Blue Corp. God, just the drippings of American CEO all over this. You know, corporate expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. Oh, you're P. Diddy. Got it. Well, he's in jail and so will you be. I'm predicting that too early. He's probably in jail. I keep hearing that this trial doesn't go well for him, but I'm scared to look it up because I don't want to keep dealing with like the AI fake lies about like the ghost of Bill Cosby, even though Bill Cosby's still alive. He showed up and, you know, at a seance and I'm so tired of this stupid. Moist Critical did a whole video about this, like 2. Anyway, I'm afraid I'm not used to conversing with the wordly challenged. Go F yourself, honey. All right, look. I am so tired of this elitist. This was something I saw when I was getting my degree, too. I'm so tired of this elitist attitude regarding people's rhetoric and not using the proper terminology of rhetoric that you prefer and yada, yada, this, that, and the other. Go F yourself. And I mean this genuinely. I mean this genuinely as a person with a completed English degree. Go screw yourself. The entire purpose of language is that we are able to converse from one person to another and have them understand the complexity of every bit of meaning that we have in that. Right? Sometimes that means saying like, oh, I threw that thing over there versus, yeah, I yeeted that bitch. You still understood what I meant either way. Even with me prefacing beforehand the exact regular way of saying that and then saying the second thing immediately after that, you still understood what that verb to yeet means. Yes, I did use verb. Welcome to how much you hate that. That is still a slang verb. Deal with that. That's the point of a lexicon. And to be honest with you, the way that we got to where we are now is just the constant evolution of slang, right? Like, first we started off with like Latin, which was a derivative of Greek. And then from there, after the derivative occurred, you had the Roman Empire all over the place. And then, Italian became like slang of Latin. But if you go to certain islands that were off of the mainland that didn't incorporate with the trade of the rest of the mainland, they had different, their Italian is different. They have a few different words for things. They understand what you mean if you use the regular because they've, integrated them enough. But their version of Italian is honestly more close to the Latin that it's based on. Like, that's a whole thing. So when we get this pretentious nature of like, yeah, I can't understand what you're saying because you're not using the correct lexicon that I'm used to, the way that I say my words, I expect a certain level of elegance to be able to understand you. Get effed. You understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You're just doing this as a power play for literally no freaking reason. And we shouldn't be so quick to discredit slang. Yes, there are appropriate settings in which to use slang versus your normal. I don't even want to say versus your normal because, like, honestly, slang is probably more it. But versus a normal, well-articulated conversation in front of a judge, I would use the nice, articulated one. In front of your friends, use the slang. In front of your parents, it's the slang minus all the swear words, right? Like, you get it, right? Just like how you might say something to a significant other that you've been with for like 3 years is going to be different than the way that you would say something to a boyfriend that you've had for 3 weeks. Like, it's just, I'm going to keep going, but this looks like this is going to be a rant per episode kind of thing. Wordly challenge. What a fruitcake. Yeah, no kidding. Let me guess. You're the attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? And? That's the only explanation for why you would come to meet me like this. Is it? What does he mean by that? No matter. So what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? Yipes, this guy's arrogance meter's off the scale. I want to examine the room set. What the hell is this? Why would you want butt on your floor? I'm guessing that this is supposed to be a desk. My, this is quite the thing. Oh, it's modeled on my own body, see? I need to... That's foul, man. That's foul. And I know it's supposed to be egotistical, but like, I'm a person who's proud of my body. I do admit I got a stomach pooch I ain't cool with. And I'm sure you all know how much I contour down my face because it's round, right? I know that you know because I know. And I am totally cool with who I am as a person. Though I do want to present the best version of myself for you guys on camera, which is why I do the makeup. Because also with the lighting, right? Like, all of my face would be so washed out, you wouldn't be able to... Seeing my eyes and my lips would be less interesting. Trust me, I've done it. And I've looked back at the recording and go, oh, I don't like how I look there. Like, not that how I look is wrong. I just think I could do it better, right? And that I started the makeup. I'm not even gonna have a lamp in my house modeled after my own body. I just... Like naked? Like naked? Like naked. No. Especially with the naked butt scooting across the floor. At the very least, I would like... That would be covered up. I'm just gonna... Does that mean that the guy in the corner is... Oh, that's you two. I know that this is supposed to be a kid's game, right? And thus they've, you know, obviously covered up a few things. But with the ego of this man that we see before us, do you want to tell me if this was an actual office that he actually had, in a place where he has blackmail on literally everybody that exists, that statue wouldn't have a thang? Because it would. Well, does its sleek roundature not inspire you? It makes me want to throw up, I'll be quite frank with you. I love my man a lot. I wouldn't even want a statue of his naked butt scooting across my floor. Kind of doggy style. I ain't... Nope. Nope. And what's with the toes, man? I get it, but I just... I hate all that. Statue of a man holding up the world? I don't think that's actually the world. And also, I don't think that's got quite the... You know what, I'm just gonna leave it. The Blue Corp sign certainly stands out enough. Model for this man is, of course, Mr. White. Truly a work of art, but probably too beauticious for you to appreciate, correct? Like, I will acknowledge that I do say correct oftentimes instead of right, because I want to make sure that I'm being understood. That's a different story. But I don't like that. I think it's a little too beauticious for just about anyone to appreciate. An impressive lineup of trophies. Judges, special runner-up, best participation, Judges Cooperation Award, special good try prize. The words judges and special kind of stand out there. Frick is that? All right, I guess. We're not gonna tell. Okay. This is the top floor of a 20-story building. The view is quite presidential. Nothing to say on that, huh? I guess we'll talk about Grossberg's thing. Huh? Haven't I seen this somewhere? Is this a replica? Ridiculosity. I have no interest in anything but originals. That's right, this is a bona fide original, worth $5 million for sure. Huh. Well... Tell me about your company. What kind of company is Blue Corp anyway? Excellent question. Yeah, get the man talking about himself and then he'll just keep going. We buy and sell various kinds of information. We are a company of the future, you might say. We are the future. You sound like that guy that's trying to convince everybody that AI is taking over the world and that he needs government funding to create an AI that will take over the world so that we could put a stop to it. I'm with that person who said that they think AI is a cult. All right. Sell information. In just 10 years, I've built this business into the grand offices you see now. In case you were wondering, Blue Corp is named after the color blue. Why? I, Red White of Blue Corp, as founder and CEO, named it so. And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course. Fantabulistic, is it not? So on the night of the murder, were you in April May's hotel room? Who can say? I seldomly pay attention to such mundane details such as place and time. That is true of very rich people. I have actually noticed that. That's unrelated. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Still, Mr. White, the hotel bellboy has stated on the record that he does clearly remember you. No matter, the bellboy can say what he pleases. I still won't talk to you. Even if you want me to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that. He raises a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? He should have seen the same thing as April May. Oh, the police, the courts. To me, they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement. What the hell is going on in my phone? Text in the family group chat. Oh. Interesting. Apparently, the northern lights might be visible, but I doubt it with all the light pollution over by me. Miss May is an employee of Blue Corp, is she not? Oh, is she not? Correct. She was my secretariat. Isn't that the name of a horse? What a shock it was to hear what she had done. What she has done? You mean the wiretap? Indeed. She is paid to answer the phones, not tapping them. That is not her description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties. But I can assure you, we do not condone illegal methods. It is ineffable that she would do this. It sounds like he's just trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. So that painting. There's something that's been bothering me. Yes, what might that be? The big painting on the wall over there. I've seen it before. Where'd you get it? Say, where'd you get that painting? Hmm? No idea, I forgot. I've seen that painting before. Yesterday, in fact. So, why do I find that painting here today? Mr. Wrong, was it? Right. It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I don't understand why that's the thing he gets hostile about. Right? You could just say, oh, I bought it off of Mr. Grossberg after he was having some money issues. Or, you know, there was a tax concern. Like, is Phoenix really going to go look up and see if there's a tax concern that would make Mr. Grossberg sell off a prize painting? Like, you have options, dude. I ask again, who are you? Lawyer? No, my feeble friend. A mere lawyer. Worth nothing. Zilch, zippo, nata. Just like that sorry excuse of an attorney, Grodyberg. What? So you use a lot of words, but then you purposely, intentionally get the names of people wrong that you believe are beneath you, proving you to be more of a pretentious prick. If anyone wants a play-by-play of how to be a prick, that's it. What? Ah. Oh. Did I just get beat up? He punched me. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, huh? Charge me with assault? Charge away, I welcome it. For it is you that will be found guilty. What? Heed my exposition. The police, the courts, they all do my bidding. So you say. But I wonder, is that the kind of control really possible? It is. I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your comprehension. You came here from Grodyberg's, I presume. Mr. Grossberg's? Yeah, don't tell him that. Then you must ask him, why is it that that painting of his hangs here? Perhaps he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live life purely for personal profit. Go now, skedaddle. There's nothing more to discuss. I'm just gonna go. And I'm gonna go talk to Mr. Grossberg. Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat. Jumpin' Jehoshaphat's. Oh, you. What's wrong? You look so pensive. Like an old man at the end of his days. Huh? I'm not senile yet. And I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering him. That much is clear. So you came to the trial? Yes, I did. Something was bothering me and I couldn't sleep a wink last night. Really, what was it? Well, you see, okay, we talked about that. Thanks, I owe you truly. We still got that part about the defense. We don't have a right to know. We established that last time. I'm starting to have a feeling I know what it is. So I paid Blue Corp a visit. Oh? Oh, I see. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me. Oh, what is it? Well, out with it, my boy. Well, you see, it's just... that painting. Mr. Grossberg, sir. There's a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was there not? One you said you had no intention of parting with? Well, I saw it. Today. It was in the CEO's office at Blue Corp. Mr. Red White's office. So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed that you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know that you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected, you say? Yes, and... I know what it is. He's been blackmailing you. Your lovers. That was an option? Mr. White has something on you, doesn't he? Blackmail. No? I think that painting is fairly gaudy proof. He's not upset about the gaudy? Very well. This may be the chance I've been waiting for. It may be time to get this off my chest so I can finally rest easy. After all, you were Mia's understudy. Perhaps it was fate? What's he talking about? Red White is the man who makes a living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I've been paying them for 15 years now. He said they only started this company up 10 years ago. So for the last 5 years before he even started the company, he was paying off Mr. Red White? 15 years. All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed. The name on the back of the photographs. As I suspected, I could not stand in defense, as you suspected, I could not stand in the defense of Maya Fey because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It's hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. What? They are bound, unable to do harm themselves, and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many, many years. Tell me about the DL6 incident. DL6 is nothing more than a sorting code that the police gave the case. It was 15 years ago now. I received a request from a medium, a spirit medium. A medium? Her name was Misty Fey. Ah, crap. Fey? Indeed. She was Mia's mother. She had been investigating a murder at the request of the police, and she failed. As a result, the police called her a fraud. This is what Maya was talking about the other day. I did all I could for her, and in the end, cleared her of wrongdoing. That murder case, however, remains unsolved to this day. That case is the DL6 incident. So what's the reason for the blackmail, then? Yeah, why were you blackmailed over this, then, Mr. Grossberg? The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know that they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him. You told White? He offered me riches. It was an embarrassment to me now, because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the only one that sold them out. Of course, White heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. I see. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet, if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office? She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. Thank you, Mr. Grossberg. Let's go. It's funny. Looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said that there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. Yep, bet you it's this. All of the cases that the chief ever worked on are filed here. They're all in alphabetical order, so let's take a look. Which file should I look at? A through I. See if there's a record of this file in case that catches my A through my I. Misty Fey. Oh, it's Maya and Mia's mother. Should I take a look? Yeah, read it. I have tarnished the Fey name, leaving only these words, my mother vanished. I was determined to find the ones that made my mother blame herself this way. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of two men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold that information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercions. His name is And the record stops there. So Mia knew Grossberg. Okay, what about next? Let's go through the middle. Let's see, J through S. Nothing much here. Maybe I'll just skim some of this? Yeah. Well, no harm in flipping through a bit, I guess. The biggest parts here at the end in S. Suicide? Ew. She has a collection of suicide reports. They're all from politicians, policemen. There's writing on most of these in pencil. White. Is this Mia's handwriting? Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides. White drove all of them to... I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. Newspaper clipping added to the court record. And then the last one. The last one. T-U, I know, W, White. Huh? The entire W section is missing. Was it taken? So let's go back and go here, I guess? Apparently Miss May is in questioning. I doubt they'll let me talk to her today. Aww. Huh, the bellboy seems to be out. Huh? The sound of water coming from the shower? La-di-da-di-da, money-making. I got the money-making blues. Well, seems someone's enjoying washing the showers. Screwdriver. The screwdriver's still stuck in the drawer. Better not touch it. No telling what the bellboy would do to me. But what's behind the painting? Bottle and 2 glasses rest on the table. I better not touch them. Alright. I can see the offices, of course. Guess if there's nothing else here. You got nothing, huh? I found this in Mia's files. So she was investigating Red White as I expected. Well, if you wanted to challenge him, you could present this in court. Not a bad idea. But how do I continue that? Don't tell me I have to go see him. Oh man, that's probably what they're gonna have me do. Well, either way, that's all the time I've got for this episode. So take care, everybody.